Hello students, welcome back. Again in this session we are continuing with our discussion from the previous class on nuclei. Till now what we have seen is how is the energy released as a result of nuclear reactions. We have seen the nuclear reactions can be fusion, can be fission, and we have also seen that by fission of one atom of U-235, 200 million electron volts of energy is released. Now students, how this concept will be used in solving numericals, let us see that in this session. The first question that I would like to discuss is, it reads like this: what is the energy released by fission of 1 gram of U-235? Now, if you see this particular question, it says what is the energy released by fission of 1 gram of U-235? We know by fission of one fission it releases 200 million electron volts of energy. This is the energy released by fission of one U-235. Now this means what we can say, one atom is capable of releasing 200 million electron volts of energy. This is what it means. So now how many atoms are there in 1 gram of U-235? Now, using the mole concept that you have done in chemistry, we can say 235 grams contains, I am taking, instead of 6.023 into 10 power 23, for calculation ease I am taking 6 into 10 power 23 atoms. Students, please concentrate. Here I am using, instead of 6.023 into 10 power 23, which is the Avogadro's number, for calculation purpose I am using it as 6 into 10 power 23 atoms. You can use it as 6.02 into 10 power 23 atoms as well. You can use that as well. Now it says in 1 gram. In 1 gram, how many atoms will be there? This is what we are using the mole concept. So that is nothing but 6 into 10 power 23 upon 235 atoms. This many atoms are there. So now one atom releases this much energy. So therefore 6 into 10 power 23 upon 235, this many atoms will release how much energy? As simple as that. So that is nothing but 200 into 6 into 10 power 23 upon 235 million electron volts. If we try to simplify this expression, so what we get is, this we will get as 6 to 1200 upon 235 into 10 power 23 million electron volts. So this comes to close to 5. It will come close to 5 into 10 power 23. It is close to 5, approximately 5 into 10 power 23 million electron volts. Now if you take this as 6.02, you will get this very close to 5. If you take this as 6, you are getting little more than 5. So that is approximately 5 into 10 power 23 million electron volts. Now in the question, they might ask you, how many joules of energy? So we must know how to convert this. This is to be converted to joules. So we can say this is the energy released, E, we will say. So now see the conversion. E is equal to, we have 5 into 10 power 23 million is 10 power 6. 1 electron volt, 1.6 into 10 power minus 19. This you will get in joules. So this comes to, this is 5, 8 into, this is 10 power 6, so minus 13. Minus 13 and 23, so this 10. This is what we get energy in joules. Now suppose we want this in, we got in million electron volts, here we got this in joules. See here, how to convert. The conversion factor says 1 electron volt is equal to 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 joules. This is the conversion factor. Now the next part, if I want to convert this into kilowatt hour. Now 1 kilowatt hour is 10 power 3 into 3600 joules. This is what we have. This can be written as 3.6 into 10 power 6 joule. That is 1 kilowatt hour. So if I convert this, so energy is 8 into 10 power 10. This is joule. If I want this in kilowatt hour, see what we can say? 3.6 into 10 power 6 joule is 1 kilowatt hour. So 8 into 10 power 10 joule, that will make how many? So that is same as 8 into 10 power 10 upon 3.6 into 10 power 6. So that gives us, if you simplify this, you will get this as 8 upon 36 into 10 power 4. So this is approximately 20 by 9. So approximately 2 into 10 power 4 kilowatt hour. See. So in all the units we got the energy. Bottom line is, we must know how to convert, first of all, how to find out how many atoms are there. This is very, very essential, most important. This you have to remember. Fission, one fission means when one atom of U-235 splits, then what is the amount of energy released? We can calculate this way. So we are getting in million electron volts, then convert it into joules, kilowatt hour. Everything can be simultaneously done. Well students, let us take one more question. The question reads like this. The mass defect in a nuclear fusion reaction is 0.05%. What amount of energy will be liberated in 1 kg of fusion reaction? So 1 kg, this is the point to be noted. So here delta M is given as 0.05% of 1 kg. This is what we have. So that is 0.05 by 100 into 1, that will be in kg. So that is nothing but 5 into 10 raised to minus 4 kg. This is delta M. Now we have to find this delta M which is in kg, not in AMU, that you will multiply this with 931. Please remember, this is the mistake that you will commit. It is given in kg. So only when it is in AMU, the delta M, the mass defect, that 1 AMU is 931 million electron volts can be used. Here it is in kg. So therefore energy liberated is delta M into C square. We will use this equation. And delta M is how much? 5 into 10 power minus 4. And C is how much? 3 into 10 power 8 whole square, meter per second, velocity of light. So this gives us how much? 5 into 10 power minus 4 into 9 into 10 power 16. So this is 5 into 9, so which is 45 into 10 power 12 joules. So students, here in this question, what was important? What was the trap? The trap was, the moment you get delta M, it is known that you will try to use 1 AMU is 931 million electron volts, that conversion. That is why this question I have taken just to tell you, if the mass is in kg, then you are not supposed to take 931, because that is only for AMU, not for mass measured in kg. I hope you have understood the difference now. Well students, let us take one more question. The question is like this. This is a very commonly asked type of question from nuclear physics in entrance exams. What is the power output of 92U235 reactor if it takes 30 days to use up 2 kg of fuel, and if each fission gives 200 million electron volts of usable energy? One point you have to understand here, sometimes what happens is, in these questions, what we do is, just to check how much you have understood, this data is changed. Remember, here instead of using the standard value of energy released as a result of fission of 1 U235, which is 200 million electron volts, it will be given you that if each fission gives 180 million electron volts of usable energy, 150 million electron volts of usable energy. So there, students, you have to use the data which is given. We are not supposed to use the standard data. The standard data is to be used only when that, if you remember the first question which we did, such type of questions where it is not mentioned what is the amount of energy released as a result of fission of each uranium atom, we are supposed to use the standard data. Otherwise, we are supposed to use the data which is given in the question. Suppose instead of here 200, if they give 185, we are forced to use 185 as the energy released per fission. Now here we have to use what? One fission is releasing 200 million electron volts of usable energy. One fission. This means what? One atom, it is releasing 200 million electron volts of energy. The moment you write this step, it will instantly occur to you that I have to find number of atoms. For that, we will go to the data. It says 2 kg of fuel. So the question is, how many atoms are there in 2 kg? So what we will say is, using the mole concept, what we can say is 235 grams contain 6 into 10 power 23 atoms. Again students, I am using the same data. Please concentrate. Here I am not using 6.023. For calculation ease, repeatedly I am telling you this. So don't be under the impression that this is wrong. You can always go for 6.023, 6.02, and you can proceed with your calculating aids. Now 2 kg means 2000 gram will contain how many atoms? So that gives us 6 into 10 power 23 into 2000 upon 235, this many atoms will be there. Come to this. So therefore 6 into 10 power 23 into 2000 upon 235, this many atoms will release what amount of energy? That can be said as 200 into 6 into 10 power 23 into 2000 upon 235. This is what we get. This will come out in, this is what we get. Now we can further simplify this, right? This we can write as, see, 1 2 3 4 5, so 6 4 24 into 10 power 23 24 25 26 27 28 upon 235 million, so it is 10 power 6. Electron volt, so it is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19. Everything will come in joules. Now we got everything in joules. So now, how much will be this energy? So what we can say now? So therefore, energy will be, we can simplify this, 24 into 1.6 upon 235 into 10 power, this is 28 and 6 34 19 and 34 19 15, so 10 power 15 we are having. So when we try to simplify this we get in joules. Okay, now what is asked? Power output. This much energy is generated in how much time? 30 days. This much energy is liberated in how much time? 30 days. So what will be the power? So therefore, power is energy by time. So that gives us 24 into 1.6 into 10 power 15 upon 235. Time is 30 days. So 30, 1 day, 24 hours into 60 into 60. This gives us joule per second, which is nothing but watts. Now we can simplify this expression. Observe carefully. 24 and 24 can be cancelled. So if I simplify this expression, we get this as, this is 6.3, approximately 6.3 into 10 power 7 watts we are getting. Now you can convert this into kilowatts, or you can write it in megawatts, million watts, 1 million, 10 power 6. So you can say 63. That is exactly how we can find out what will be the power output. So students, in power output, our aim is to find energy released. Time will be given to us. Power is nothing but energy by time. That is exactly what the concept is involved. To find energy, we must know how many atoms are being fissioned in a given period of time. So here the period of time is 30 days. So in 30 days, how many atoms are fissioned? That is this. So we can find out what is the energy released, and hence we can work out the power. You can work out power in joules, joule per second, watts. You can convert that into megawatt as well. This is exactly how, if you have noticed, output power of power stations, normally we say 1000 megawatt. See, that is exactly the way by which output power is represented. See, this is what we can. Well students, let us take one question from the side where we are asked to find the binding energy of a nucleus. Obtain the binding energy of nitrogen nucleus 7n14 in million electron volts from the data given. Mass of proton is given, mass of neutron is given, and the mass of nitrogen nucleus is given. Please understand this. This is the mass of nitrogen nucleus. Students, we know that we know energy released is delta M into C square. Correct? Now this delta M is mass defect. Here delta M is mass defect. So mass defect is how much? In 7 and 14, how many protons are there? 7. 7 times mass of proton plus 7 times mass of neutron minus mass of nucleus. This is what is mass defect. So we can say this is 7 times mass of proton plus mass of neutron minus, let us say this. So let us try to substitute the values and find out. Mass of proton 1.00783 plus 1.00867 minus 14.00307. Now if we try to simplify this, we will get 7. This is what we are getting. So how much will be this? So what we get this as, it will be in AMU. This will not be in grams or kg. This will be in AMU. And how much will be that? That will be somewhere around 14.11550 minus 14 point this minus 14.00307. This will give us 0.11243. This gives us 0.11243 AMU. This is very important. Please understand this. This is very, very important. This is not in kg as we did in one of the previous numericals. This is in AMU because everything is in AMU. The small u represents AMU. So now what we can say? 1 AMU is 931 million electron volts. So this is 0.11243 AMU. This will give us how much? That is 931 into 0.11243. This will come out in MeV. So this will 0.11, approximately 0.1. So this will 0.11. So this comes out as 104.67. So 104.67. This is the kind of energy that is, or this is the binding energy of the nitrogen nucleus. Now suppose you are asked what is the binding energy per nucleon. So divided by the mass number, that is 14, you will get binding energy per nucleon. This is total binding energy of the nitrogen nucleus divided by the mass number, and the mass number is 14 here. You will get what is called as the binding energy per nucleon. Well students, let us take one more conceptual question. This question deals with whether a given process can happen spontaneously or not. I hope you are having any idea of spontaneous. I think you have done this in chemistry also. So the nucleus 92U238 emits a proton through the decay process. So one process is given. What is that process? It says 92U238 decays to form palladium and 1 proton is released. The question is, can the process proceed spontaneously? How to check that? Data is given to us. Now, for a process to go spontaneous, mass defect delta M should be positive. The other way, binding energy that should be positive. So let us try to find out. Here delta M will come out as 238.05079 minus what the products are: palladium 237.05121 minus mass of proton 1.00783. This entire thing will come in atomic mass unit. So if we try to simplify this expression, if we try to solve this, we are getting it as minus of 0.00825 AMU. This comes to minus of 0.00825 AMU. So we can say, from this what we can say is the amount of energy or the Q factor. Since it is negative, so we conclude the process cannot go spontaneously. So we can conclude that cannot be spontaneous. That is exactly how we can conclude. So students, in such questions, what is the step involved is find mass defect. How we are finding mass defect? Please understand this. We are trying to subtract from the reactants mass all the products mass. 238 is the mass of uranium. From that we are subtracting all the mass of the products. Check if you are getting negative, then that particular process cannot go spontaneous. If you are getting positive, then the process will be definitely spontaneous. Sometimes this process, this difference what we got, if you multiply with C square, delta M into C square, that is also called Q value of the reaction. You will come across this word Q value of the, because plus Q can be written up because this is a disintegration reaction. So on the right hand side I will write plus energy released Q, that is called Q value. Now if Q value is positive, the reaction will proceed spontaneously. If the Q value is negative, the process cannot proceed spontaneously. So that also is calculated by you finding the mass defect. So it is always advisable to find the mass defect. How? Reactant minus product, check whether it is positive or negative, and then we can draw a conclusion. Well students, let us take one more question from the topic of fission, energy released per fission. Calculate the energy released by fission of 2 gram of 92U235 in kilowatt hour. Given that the energy released per fission is 200 million electron volts. So what is given? Here, one fission, it releases 200 million electron volts of energy. That is to say, one atom is releasing 200 million electron volts of energy, one atom. So what is our next step? Find the number of atoms. So it says 2 grams. So what we can say now? 235 grams, it contains 6 into 10 power 23 atoms. Again I am using here 6 into 10 power 23 for calculation ease. There is no other objective. Now in 2 grams, how many atoms will be there? So that is 2 into 6 into 10 power 23 upon 235. These are the number of atoms which are present. So come to this. So 6 into 2, 12 into 10 power 23 upon 235 atoms will release how much energy? So this gives us 12 into 10 power 23 into 200 upon 235 million electron volts of energy. This is what is liberated. Now we want it in kilowatt hour. So we can say E is equal to 12 into 2, 2400 by 235 into 10 power 23 million electron volts. So it is 10 power 6 and 1.6 into 10 power minus 19. This we get in joules divided by 3.6 into 10 power 6. This you will get as watts, kilowatt hour. So on simplification, this will give us, so the energy, if you simplify it by taking approximation, so what we get is 2400 into here 16 and here 235 and 36, 235 and 36 into, now what we can do, we can cancel this and we get 19 10 power 4 kilowatt hour. So this on simplification will give us this comes to 4.54 into 10 power 4 kilowatt hour. That is exactly how we can find out conversion from million electron volt to joules, and then we can convert them into kilowatt hour as well. Well students, let us take one more conceptual question. The question is like this: if the energy released in the fission of one nucleus is 3.2 into 10 power 11 joules. So what is given? One nucleus releases 3.2 into 10 power minus 11 joules of energy. This is what is given. Find the number of nuclei required per second in a power plant of 16 kilowatt. So here power is 16 kilowatt, that is same as 16 into 10 power 3 joule per second. So therefore if T is 1 second, then energy will be 16 into 10 power 3 joule. This is the energy. 3.2 into 10 power minus 11 joule is released by one nucleus. So 16 into 10 power 3 joule will be released by how many nuclei? As simple as that. So it is 16 into 10 power 3 upon 3.2 into 10 power minus 11 nuclei. So this will give us how much? 16, 160, you can write 32, and you can write this 11 plus 3, this is 14. So this is how much? 16, 10. See? 16, 1, 16, 2. So you get this as 5 into 10 power 14 nuclei is required. See here students, questions can be given how many grams, what is the amount of the substance required. We got this many nuclei. Use mole concept. Here it is not given what is the kind of nucleus. Suppose it is 92U235. Then what is to be done? This many nuclei will be contained in how many grams of uranium? We can find that because this is same as number of atoms. Each atom will contain one nuclei, so number of atoms. Now 6 into 10 power 23 atoms are present in 235 grams. 5 into 10 power 14 atoms will be present in how many grams? We can calculate that. That type of questions are also framed. So from this, it is extension by using the mole concept and finding amount of substance required. Students, let us take one more question from this type. Find out the mass of uranium. See here, as I was discussing in the previous question. See, this question deals with that. Find out the mass of uranium required per day to generate 10 megawatt power from the fission of 92U235. Okay, so here power is 10 megawatt. That is same as 10 into 10 power 6 joule per second. So that is 10 power 7 joule per second per day. Now energy required per day, this will be 10 power 7 1 day 24 hour 1 hour 60 minutes into 60. This is the kind of energy which is required. So writing it in the proper form, 24 into 36 into 10 power 7 8 9. This many joules is the energy requirement. In order to supply this much of energy, what is the amount of uranium required? For that we need to find how many fission has to be executed. How many atoms of U235 has to be fissioned? So come to this. Now one fission releases 200 million electron volts of energy. Therefore we can say one atom, it is releasing 200 into 10 power 6 into 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 joules of energy. In order to have 24 into 36 into 10 power 9 joule, what is the number of atoms required? So that is nothing but 24 into 36 into 10 power 9 upon, this is 10 power minus 13 and this is 1 0 decimal will cancel out, so we can write it as 20 into 16 into this atoms. This is the number of atoms required. Now we have to find out what is the amount of uranium. Also 235 grams contain 6 into 10 power 23 atoms. So this is the kind of atom that is same as 24 into 36 upon 20 into 16 into 10 power 13 22. How many grams? So that is nothing but 24 into 36 upon 20 into 16, this into 10 power 22 into 235 upon 6 into 10 power 23. This many grams. So of course calculation is a bit tedious, but that is not the issue. But see whether the question is difficult or easy. Calculation is tedious. You can always approximate this. See, this we get as 24 into 36 into 235 upon 20 into 16 into 6 into 10. This you can write in grams. So if we simplify this, what we get? We will get something like 10.5 grams. This is 10.5 gram. See? So students, by using 10.5 gram of 92U235, we are able to generate 10 megawatt of nuclear power in one day. So 10 megawatt in one day, we need only 10 grams of 10.5 grams of uranium. See, this is exactly what is the strength of the nuclear power.